Hey everybody, welcome to the Hamakua Homestead. My name is Tiffany, and on this channel I'm taking you along for all of the adventures here on the ranch. Today is a chilly day. I know most of you probably don't think we have seasons here in Hawaii, but we certainly do, and it is definitely fall. We have had constant rain for a few days, so I thought what better day than to go ahead and make a soup. So today for lunch we are having broccoli cheddar soup. So I thought that I would bring you guys along and show you this awesome recipe that I found and how simple it is. I've already cut up most of our ingredients. I have 1 onion, 2 heads of broccoli, and 1 carrot. But the first step is to go ahead and get our butter melted so we can saute our onions. Let me bring you down so you can see what's happening. Okay, so first step, we're gonna go ahead and melt our butter. This is about 3 to 4 tablespoons. Okay. Our butter is melted. I'm gonna put it on a very low temperature. Don't wanna burn the butter. I'm gonna add our onions. And we're just gonna go ahead and let this saute until the onions are about translucent. I'm not looking to brown them or caramelize them at this point. Should take about 10 minutes or so, I believe. Okay, well that definitely did not take 10 minutes. It took about 3 minutes or so. The next step, we're gonna go ahead and add our garlic. Doing 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. You can use fresh if you're not too lazy to peel the garlic in the moment like I am right now. So I'm just gonna cook this for 1 more minute with the garlic in there. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add our carrots. Let those saute a little bit. Those are cooked down enough for now. So now we're gonna go ahead and add our flour. This is 4 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. We're gonna put that in there now so that we can cook off the raw flour flavor. And it's going to mix with the butter and create some sort of a roux to be our thickener for our soup. Because nobody wants a thin broccoli cheddar soup, that's for sure. We're gonna cook this for about a minute just to get rid of that raw flour stuff taste. Now I'm not going based on any one recipe. I watched a whole bunch of different videos and looked up a whole bunch of different recipes online, and I'm taking the parts that I enjoyed from a bunch of different ones and just making it into my own version. Okay, that looks about good. Now we're gonna go ahead and add our chicken broth. Just under 2 cups of home canned chicken broth. I'm going to add half a teaspoon of garlic powder and half a teaspoon of onion powder, half a teaspoon of red pepper flakes, 1 teaspoon salt, 1 teaspoon black pepper. Now at this time I would have liked to have added paprika, but I realized I'm out of it. But I am going to add some fresh ground nutmeg. In with the broccoli now. This broccoli has a little bit of stalk cut up in there too, but not too much. I think this needs more stalk, so I'm adding what I labeled. I label my canning stuff kind of specifically nowadays, just so we know what we're getting into. The first one was just regular chicken broth. This one is labeled sweet chicken broth. So that'll be an interesting take on the soup. So I'm just gonna go ahead and let this cook down for a few minutes so that the broccoli gets tender. Okay, so we have been cooking for about 5 or 7 minutes. Just came up to an actual boil, so I turned the heat down. Then I'm gonna add our heavy whipping cream. You don't want to scorch the milk. This is 2 cups of heavy whipping cream. You could use half and half or any other type of milk if you want. You could even use dairy-free milk in this, I'm sure. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and let this come back up to heat without it coming to an actual boil, but pretty close. Like I said, I don't want to scorch the milk, so I'm gonna put a lid on this, let it simmer and let it steep and the milk take in all those flavors before we add our cheese. Okay, so it has been a bit longer than I was anticipating because my broccoli wasn't cooked. It is to the point of being pretty tender now, so I think I'm gonna call it good so that I don't burn the milk. I'm gonna go ahead and add our cheese now. That's 2 cups of sharp cheddar. Turn off my heat. All right, let's scoop some up. I think we're ready. Look at that, it's gorgeous. Okay. Might be a little too hot. That's really good. Let's try it. Broccoli. It's kind of big broccoli. This is definitely a winner. A couple of things that I might change when I do this again. I would cut my broccoli a lot smaller. And also, I would let it cook down in the broth for a little bit longer before I add in the milk. I was just really worried that the milk would burn and separate and be kind of weird. But other than that, I think it's really fantastic. A little bit more heat wouldn't hurt. It's not meant to be a spicy soup. It's supposed to be cheesy and creamy. So it's definitely a winner. I hope that you guys also give this a try. There are so many different variations that you can do with this type of a soup, so you can do it really just any way you want. Thank you so much for joining me today on the Hamakua Homestead. I'll see you again soon.